Coming off social media is one of the best things you can do for your mental health, whether you believe it or not. So many things are given to us. There is no way you can just continue to go with no break, consuming all of what we consume. You know, a lot of it happens subconsciously. You don't even realize what you're taking in and how this influences you in some way. I was off the grid for about 7 days. And when I tell you, it was very much needed. The reason why I did it, it served a dual purpose for me, right? So I did it for religious reasons and also to detox. It was a total of about 17 days. The significance of the number 17 is insight, responsibility, self-discipline, strength, compassion, spiritual consciousness, and wisdom, peace, and love. It was something that I planned, like I knew I wanted to do it, but as far as really kind of determining how it was gonna go, I kind of did it as I went on. The point is taking something that you really like, or something that is really good to you, remove that, live and sit in that being uncomfortable, and then use that to pray, to listen, to hear God. Just being in that uncomfortable place, you would not believe how much it really opens you. I did what I like to call a gradual fast. I do these from time to time, and it's basically like I just write a list of things that I want to give up, and I kind of gradually just kind of wean myself off of these things. So the first thing, y'all know I'm not having sex. So, no meat. And also no meat. Like I wasn't eating any meat. Getting rid of fast food, sweets and sweet drinks, alcohol, social media, perhaps the most important one. I did that for 7 days though. The last 7 days I was completely off social media. The whole time it was water only. Then I got to a point where I was just doing raw foods. That was hard. I went to this restaurant and had a plate of kale, like with avocado on it. Kale tastes really earthy, so that was an adjustment. Like I don't have a problem eating green and eating, healthy, but that was a stretch for me. And I also incorporated prayer with that. I did meditation with that, burned me some sage. Also, listen to a sermon a day. Mike Todd, Pastor Mike Todd on Instagram, Transformation Church, one of my favorite pastors. So I would listen to him. I would listen to Sarah Jakes Roberts. And of course, I was going to church to see Pastor Freddie Haynes. So like I was doing all this and going to Lit Bible Study. So I was filling myself with all this good stuff and releasing myself of some of that stuff that I didn't need, like Instagram. Took the app off both my phones and also deactivated my Facebook. Was not getting on Twitter. I just felt so distracted. Even with me going to Bible study and going to church, sometimes I just feel like I'm distracted by so many things. The only interaction really that I had was YouTube. And YouTube, of course, was to kind of look at the videos that I had posted, to kind of track what I was doing there, and to watch the sermons. That was it. Like that was the only reason I was on YouTube. At the end of the day, I would write in my gratitude journal, really just being thankful and really just living in the moment. That is what I feel like we don't get enough of. Just out of habit, I would get on the phone like I need to go check this and that for no reason because the app wasn't there. And it's just like, honestly, how many times do you have to check that stuff? So just being more mindful of my behaviors and why I just felt the need to do something. And even in those moments, feeling like, you know what, right now I should be praying. That was just like eye-opening for me. For one, I was going to bed earlier. Like I was going to bed earlier because I didn't stay on the phone scrolling through the same stuff for hours. So that was cool. I went to bed earlier. I had time to really focus on things that were important. So really planning out content and trying to figure out how to move my YouTube and my digital space forward. Before I started the fast, I did pamper myself, and it was kind of a way to just usher in this new time of like purity and deep thought and rest and being still. So what I did for myself was I got some lashes. I don't know if y'all paid attention to those. Shout out to Laced by Lanice. And I also got a facial. I got waxed. And then I took it a step further and got a colonic, which was an experience within itself. I got a V-steam. I got a foot cleanse where the toxins and impurities are pulled from your feet, which was it was gross, but you know, it was needed nonetheless. And I also took a trip to their oxygen bar to just kind of get that oxygen therapy, get that fresh air in my lungs. And that was all courtesy of Cleanse Thyself Purely, a detox facility here in Dallas. Black owned, by the way. So with that, I challenge you to just take a break. Maybe it's a day, maybe it's 3 days, maybe it's 5 days, maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2, maybe it's a month. Sometimes we forget what it is like to just sit with ourselves, to sit in quiet, to be still, to receive things other than likes and follows. I challenge you to see what that's like, the peace that comes over you when you're not affected by the FOMO or the fear of missing out. All right, until next time.